So, there was this post on CNET about a super duper cheap car radio that supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now that's just way too good to be true. So like any sane human being, I immediately went out and bought one. Let's take a look at it. Now, I tried to do some research on this before buying it, naturally, but there's really no information about it available. Even on the manufacturer's website, you can't find anything relevant. So I felt like it's just my civic duty to go out and make a review of this thing. So I guess I'm back on YouTube now. Bigger, badder, demonetized. Now let's take I'll just keep throwing this around. Look at the box. It is the KKmoon car multimedia system. And I gotta say, guys, I'm a little disappointed with the packaging here. I'm not sure this is even a picture of the actual product. It's just, they just took a screenshot and photoshopped it onto a stock image of the car. You'd see it's completely different resolution over here. I don't know what they were doing with that. Let's see if we can find some broken English to read. Place flax, that's good. Matroska. MOSFET. See, the good thing is they're smart enough not to try to write complete sentences here, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, here's the unit itself. I did record myself unboxing this with my phone, but it apparently didn't actually save. The unit itself is alarmingly light. I mean, I was certain this thing would be of dubious quality, but this weighs a little over a pound, which does not inspire confidence. Even though there's no DVD drive, it's still surprising that it's this light. And if you look inside, can't really get a camera in there with some light, but it's literally just one board going along the bottom of the unit, and that's it. The rest of the box is pretty much empty. You get a USB lead, you get a breakout of whatever this is, and a remote, along with a user manual, which is the only place that it says it supports Android Auto. That's not on the box anywhere that I noticed. Actually, I didn't read that too well, but I don't see it there. I guess let's just hook this thing up, see if it actually does what it says it does. This is actually more expensive than the uber cheap Walmart radio system that's in my car right now, so hey, can't get too much worse. I suppose before I put this thing in, I should give you an actual tour around the unit. The front is dominated by a 7-inch 1024 by 600 display. We have an focus. We have an infrared port, a mute button, a home button, a dial that also doubles as a button, skip left, skip right, micro SD reset, and a microphone jack. There's a flurry of mounting holes on either side. On the back, we have video in, out, subwoofer outputs, backup cam, antenna. There is an empty hole that's labeled GPS, so no GPS antenna support, I guess. Headers for the USB lead, and just the normal pinout, which conveniently has its label right on top of the unit. Yep, so pretty standard fare. I'll go ahead and stick her in there then. Now, I've taken my old radio out, and I just wanted you guys to see how absolutely minuscule this thing is. Now, this old radio was already pretty small as far as double DIN units go. Oh my gosh. And, I mean, you can't attribute the reduced size to the lack of an optical drive, but, I mean, this one doesn't even have any, like, heat distribution. There's some grill-looking things here, but they're strictly cosmetic. So I'm not sure how this is going to act as a 180-watt amplifier like the manual claims it does. Yeah, it's getting scarier and scarier, but we'll see how this goes. Well, I believe it's time for the moment of truth. I forgot the USB cords. I forgot that there's no USB port on the front of this thing, and it runs out the back, so I didn't really plan for that. I think I'll have it come out of the little change thing down here, if it works. Let's turn this puppy on. Oh, I thought I saw something. Oh, hey. Yeah, the screen doesn't look too bad. The UI is one of the less annoying that I've seen. Oh, gosh, it beeps. Oh, boy. Oh! Oh, wow. Color me impressed. It's not resistive, it's capacitive. So, already this is a step up from the Walmart system. Okay. Well, let's test what we actually want to see. So I'm going to fumble with the camera here. Got a USB cable. Got my phone. Don't know where the camera's pointed. Let's plug her in. And hit that. Oop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's back out. Yeah. Got it. Oh my god, it works! Holy mackerel! Okay. Wow. I am genuinely surprised by this. Okay, people have gotten Android Auto working on a Raspberry Pi, but this is the first time I've seen it on a genuine, like, head unit that isn't $400. Wow. That's, what's the forecast for tomorrow?
In Brownsburg tomorrow, it'll be mostly cloudy, with a high of 85 and a low of 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh gosh. Let's see, so I'm assuming it's going to use the phone's GPS for this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I'm just so caught off guard right now. Class. Just classy. Okay, so this thing thinks it's a Rolls-Royce head unit. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty smooth, actually. I do have an iPhone lying in a drawer, so we'll try that out, too. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is crazy. Yeah, I'll get the car put back together, mount some cameras up. We'll take it for a drive, see how it performs. Cool. Now, I did record this entire segment of the video in the car, but it's really bright outside. I couldn't see the screens on the cameras, so one of the shots didn't turn out so well, and the other one never even recorded. So it's like 90 degrees outside. I don't want to go out there and re-record, so we're just gonna make do with my room for now. Sorry for the mess. Sorry for the disjointedness of the video. But I'm just going to kind of sum up what I learned from playing with the radio for a little bit. So, Android Auto, it works, and really that's the reason you're buying this head unit in the first place. It does work. Playing music through it, the music sounds good. Navigation works, though there's clearly no built-in GPS antenna in the head unit itself, so you want to make sure you put your phone somewhere that you'll get good GPS reception. I did notice that the Google Assistant's voice was kind of choppy, like it cut in and out for like maybe a quarter of a second at times. It could just be my phone. I tried it with CarPlay as well, and Siri sounded nice and crisp, sounded great, no issues there. Playing music through Android Auto worked perfectly fine. Phone calls, it boots you out to the car radio's own interface instead of using the Android call interface, but it does work. The microphone that's built into the head unit is your only option as far as I can tell for using voice commands. I didn't see an auxiliary microphone input anywhere else on the unit. That said, it does pick up your voice pretty well, even if you're not like leaning over and talking discreetly into the head unit itself. CarPlay works fine. Like I mentioned, you just plug the iPhone in and it goes right like that. Animations look pretty good. Everything's running at 30 FPS, but it's still about as slick as it gets on a head unit. I don't have a SIM in my iPhone, so I didn't test a whole lot, but navigation worked fine. Using Siri and playing music works fine. I couldn't get the actual AM/FM tuner on the radio to work like at all. The interface just wouldn't let me change what station it's on, and I couldn't even hear static coming out, so I don't know if that works. The built-in music player on the radio plays files fine, they sound good, but I noticed that it wasn't loading in any of the metadata. I just have those stored as ID3 tags, so it was only showing the file name, and then artist and album were unknown. It wasn't loading in album info. Playing music over Bluetooth, it sounds pretty good. It does show track metadata, everything except the album art, which is just fine. It's able to drive speakers reasonably loudly. I don't have anything fancy in my car, but I was able to turn it way up. A couple of little quirks that I noticed. When it comes out of the box, there were already 2 phones paired via Bluetooth. One of them is labeled test, so I guess that's from quality control. Another thing, when you're in CarPlay or Android Auto, if you adjust the volume, there's no indication. It doesn't tell you what level it's at, because it can't show like any pop-up elements over the CarPlay or Android Auto user interface. If you're watching this video, you're looking for a cheap radio that does Android Auto, and this fits the bill. I can't speak to the longevity or reliability of the unit because I just installed it, but it does what it says it does, so it gets a tentative thumbs up from me. I'll put links to buy it in the description for anyone who's interested. $140 for Android Auto integrated into the head unit. That's pretty great. You can do it cheaper with like an old tablet or a Raspberry Pi if you want to do it yourself. But honestly, for as seamless as this solution is, it's hard to beat that price. So again, thumbs up from me. If you want to see me review more cheap stuff in the future, drop a comment, I guess. Otherwise, thumbs, comment, subs, you know the drill. If you want to subscribe to me, help someone out. I got demonetized, so I need to get to 1,000 subs so I can get my 2 cents every decade. So yeah, thanks for watching.